Hey there, Tavern Goers. It's Jameson Oxford, your Dungeon Master. So we have some big news that I kind of want to insert into this episode. We recently got reached out to. A friend of the show named Steph, or Starlit Firefly on Twitch, is celebrating their 100 follower landmark and is giving us the privilege of being on their show, which is super exciting. You might know Steph from Welcome to St. Paxton from Geekly Inc., where she plays one of the characters in a Call of Cthulhu campaign. You should go check them out. They're really great, especially if you like spooky ooky stuff. There's going to be giveaways. We're going to have another friend of the show, Druidcraft Designs, is giving away a dice box, along with 2 other giveaways that Steph is going to be running. If you tune in, you could win some really cool stuff. Not to mention you get to see us play a game, all as PCs together, which Steph has so kindly offered to do. I'm very excited. Don't let them know that. I like to play off that it's always a struggle, but I love them very much, and I can't wait to drive them insane with my new character. We're going to be on Twitch on March 27th. We'd love to see you there. It's going to be one of our first forays into Twitch. Would love to have you guys come, so come on out and support us, support her. We're looking really forward to this. We'd love to see you guys there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please check out her Twitch stream. Once again, it's Starlit Firefly. It's going to be so much fun. March 27th. I'm going to leave links to her Twitch, and any information will be in the show notes. Go ahead and check it out. Podcast with the boys the other day.
Yes. Oh, God.
Absolutely.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Torchlit Tavern. I am your mastermind, Jameson Oxford. We are a real play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast. I focus on storytelling. I try. I say it a lot, but I'm learning, guys. I'm not full of myself. This is me. I want to focus on these things, and that's what I feel everyone should do. You should manifest what you want to be good at and go for it, and every episode of this is a frickin' learning process. And learning with me today,
I am manifesting $1 million! Shit, the spell sucks. Anyways, hi, it's Randall, back again. And normally, I turn Jay's titles on their head, but he's expecting it, so fuck him.
Yeah.
And also because I realized something after last episode, after I got my new armor.
Fucking sense.
If Daedalus is Captain Newman, as the running joke was, I'm fucking Captain Griffinport, and I don't know if I'm okay with it anymore.
Too late.
Yep. But back again playing Dillon, the rogue, Eldritch Knight, and hopefully we could solve some problems today. And to my left.
Hey, it's Ryan, and I play Roy. And we never talked about what Muppet Avil would be, and I need to know now.
Oh, do your intro while I think about this, Jeff.
And to my left.
To his left is, of course, your man, sometimes in a hat. It is the gentleman, the skeleton, Mr. Grimm. And, yeah, I'm glad to be back.
Fucking Muppets.
He's Googling Muppets right now.
You
so
fucking
that he can,
cheater.
Yeah, he's really...
I need the name of the Muppet, okay?
I'm watching your screen right now.
We're all watching his screen right now.
He's presenting to us.
You're a 10-ply, bud.
So...
Have guys say, there's not enough female Muppets.
Not really, yeah.
There's not really a lot of female Muppets. Gender inequality there, for sure.
God damn it, Jim Henson.
All right.
He needs more than his Miss Piggy poster hanging on his wall.
Truly.
So let's get into this.
Before you do tavern keeping, I'm going to have to adjust the Muppet that I said Grimm was, or that we thought Grimm was last time. Because if If Avil and Grimm are not Statler and Waldorf, then I don't know who are.
Have you seen the thing that says Statler and Waldorf are married?
That makes
They're
sense.
gay and married?
Yeah, it makes sense. That's great.
Because it was like...
It makes sense for Grimm and Avil, too.
Yeah, it does.
Something came up about, like, gay representation in the Muppets or whatever, and then somebody was like, excuse me? And they had just fucking Statler and Waldorf. And it was like, two older gentlemen who regularly go to the theater to be catty? And then somebody else expanded upon it like, have you ever seen Waldorf's wife? It's just Statler dressed as a woman. And it is.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. Rad.
So,
also, Bruce is Sam the Eagle.
hell yeah. All right, let's get back
I have
into
no
this.
argument there. It's
And
just-
Bop is the Swedish chef.
Shit.
Moving on. Tavern keeping.
So let's clean up these tables, wipe down these counters, mop up the floors, put the gun down.
Let's get a little Hindeviga going. So, beardy here. Once again, thank you all for coming in and listening and for checking in on us and making sure that our mental health is fully unstable, thanks mostly in part to this game. We love you. We appreciate every single one of you in ways that can't be expressed via sound media. I just want to give you a big old bear hug, you silly sons of guns, you. And with that being said, if you want to connect with us even further, like the wonderful people who gave us Christmas gifts, or even the people who have a whole like Twitter stream about us, that's wild.
Yeah. I just,
I had an essay written about Dillon being a good boy.
they're,
Hashtag
like I
Torchlit
said
Tavern,
last
bro.
time, they're pulling double duty and they need to chill. Never chill.
No,
I love
No,
it.
forecast.
But if you want to get involved, with any of that stuff, I'll tell you a couple ways you can. Of course, we got the Twitter that is surprisingly active. Tell them about the Twitter.
That's at Torchlit Tavern.
We got the Instagram, which is currently inactive, but like not incredibly inactive. I think we posted pictures of stuff on there recently. We should have.
Yeah, Jay.
What's the Instagram?
That is also at Torchlit Tavern. Like, we have things to post, and you haven't posted, you son of a bitch.
I'm way behind. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
hey.
I was holding them back because I didn't want to spoil stuff, and then I forgot.
Hey, he's a shitter, but don't bring his mother into this.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And then we have a Facebook, which is also pretty active. Tell them about the Facebook.
That's facebook.com/Torchlit Tavern.
We have our own website, which, we managed to keep running.
That's
Tell
something.
them about that. Yeah.
TorchLitTavern.com.
And then, of course, if you want to give a little bit extra, you want to go a bit extra on the mile there, short of sending us Christmas presents or something like that, we also have the Patreon. Tell them about Patreon.
That's patreon.com/Torchlit Tavern.
You can find us there or any of those other places. We'll gladly chop it up with you in a number of ways. Each and every one of us kind of check in here and there. So thank you for your time, your support. Like, share, subscribe. I love the fact that you share. Keep subscribing. Rate and review if you can, so that more people are subjected to our weird brand of comedy, I want to say. But
You guys are
that may not always apply.
It depends on who you're talking
So,
to.
storytelling. Let's go with storytelling. Our weird brand of storytelling. All right, let's crack into this.
The Sesame Street is Muppets.
We know this.
I think that Bop is Grouch.
No, Bob?
Bop's Oscar the Grouch. Sabobos is Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say the same thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fucking Daedalus is Big Bird. Let's go.
Snuffleupagus?
Yes.
Sabobos is Snuffleupagus.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Daedalus is Big Bird. Let's go. That's it. We're done.
last time on Torchlit
it.
Tavern.
That's it. That's
Granlin.
a wrap on our whole existence.
Granlin.
You want Granlin now?
I want Granlin.
Fuck, dude. We're done. Done. I'm not making her a Muppet. She's gonna be the one human being in the story.
That makes too much
She's
sense.
not even a human being in our story.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, last time on Torchlit Tavern, After a quick and efficient fight with what appeared to be incredibly large rodents that had been chasing a Fleet Street child, the gang again prepared to head out into the storm, both literally and figuratively. First, they waited for Mullion's return, however, who went out to scout for safe channels of egress from a flooding city. Uninterested in a brief rest, Grimm went to check on his friends at the Church of Moors, briefly sharing information and a future means of contact. Before returning to the group, however, Grimm took a moment to try to attune to the Fae via the Mantle of Spring. Upon doing so, he became linked to the many embattled and thriving hearts of the city's people, and through that realized a deeper connection found with the city's people and the strange gem that they found long ago beneath the city, a head-sized red gem that Grimm has kept in his hat. After making this strange realization, Grimm headed back to the Church of Vespra. And we pick back up at the Church of Vespra with you guys waiting for Grimm. And that is where we left off.
I would like to retcon something that I said earlier. Sabobos is Bobo the Bear.
Oh my
I don't know
god.
who Bobo the Bear. Yeah, that's good. Moving on. So we pick up with Roy and Dillon having a really weird nerd conversation about some action scrolls they read recently.
Dillon's gonna look slightly above Roy's head because it's established Dillon can see.
Yeah. Avil,
So if we were doing Sesame Street instead, I'd fucking, like, Dylan's Grover.
yeah. Shit, yeah. Sesame Street's just got a better cast for you guys.
Dillon looks at Roy as he's resting for a second, then looks slightly above Roy because it's established, Dillon can see.
I'm never quite used to that, Dillon, that you can see me.
Yeah, at the risk of once again being the awkward person I sometimes stumble into being, can me and you have a private conversation for a moment?
Roy chokes on I don't know what, but he chokes on something.
He walks over, grabs a drink, and chokes on his drink.
Do you mean without Roy?
Yes.
Can you do that?
She's been able to go away from you before, and I was just
Not for
wondering.
very long.
It won't be long.
And it was when I was stronger, I could go
Yeah.
further. I don't think I could give him more than 15 feet.
Balls.
I can, like, earmuffs or, like... Whatever you've got to say to her, you can say to me, goddammit.
You move about 10 feet away and Roy does earmuffs.
This is the most awkward conversation we could have had. I tried to not make it awkward.
I know. It's just,
I-
but I really am leading. She's weak, and I'm like, that hasn't gone away.
So,
Yeah, you see me cover my ears, but you see a couple of them are just spread just a little bit.
yeah, Dylan's a dad. He understands what earmuffs actually mean.
Roy.
Do you want me to roll?
No, I just
I
gotta
don't think
wave
you
her
could
off.
hide it from her.
I'll wave her off. It's fine. I know it's fine. My
What is it
passive
that you don't
insight
want him
wa-
to hear, Dillon?
It wasn't necessarily what I didn't want him to hear. It was more just talking you to me.
Oh.
Just that's all. It's not a secret or anything. It was just more. I
Is
don't
everything
know.
okay?
Okay, and then
No.
in the background, I'm just like, la 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 la. la.
His ear, it's still like cracked ears slightly though. It's that I wanted to come to you and do the right thing and apologize because if
For what?
if you as you know, I went through my share of experiences with a patron, and it kind of left a sour taste in my mouth for a long time. A lot of bad things were done to me, a lot of bad things were forced upon me, and I've been dealing with that, and since then, I put a lot of what happened to me onto you,
And
because
you
were,
accused me of treating Roy the way your patron treated you.
Yeah, because I was on the outside looking in, and I had a very skewed perception of what patrons were, and I wanted to apologize to you directly.
I understood. That part. I accept your apology. And early on you wouldn't have been far wrong because I was just trying to accomplish a mission. But yes, it's different, and thank you for your apology.
And I understand that you are weaker, and that depending on how this plays out, you might be losing Roy as your, let's say, base of operations, and as such, losing everything, your existence, basically. And I'd I suppose what I would like to offer is, I know what the other side looks like. I know how scary it can be, and you've described what it's like for Fae in certain situations. So I'm scared to death of ever taking another patron, and I will never, ever search one out. But if you need another place to reside, if you need another person, I would gladly accept you.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I ever could have made good on that threat that I made. But thank you. Being Fae is a lot like being human, I've come to find. It's way more similar than I ever thought. And...
Don't tell Grimm that. Don't tell Grimm that. He'll get so upset.
Yes, he will. But I think he's learning it too, that we're not that different. You couldn't possibly have learned everything it is to be Fae, and just as I have not possibly learned everything that it is to be human. But through Roy, I've gotten a crash course, which has helped me understand you as well. And I do want to apologize for being brash or aggressive with you in the past, because I told you that it just felt like you were working against me, but obviously we've always been working to the same cause. We just had different priorities.
Yeah.
But our priorities are the same now, Dillon. And I can't wait to see what we can do. Roy, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
no, we don't play
I
as
have
Roy.
a passive insight of 21. You want to play?
There's a 15 plus 9 to deception. Fuck you.
That's a 19 plus 11. Fuck you. I wasted 19. Fuck. Dillon gives the dad glance. Yeah, I don't know when he mastered it, but he mastered it at some point.
If I'm being real with you, fully wasn't paying attention.
Oh, god damn it, dude.
So maybe I was lying this whole time.
Oh, he actually was doing
But
it.
I got really into my lying. So, as it turns out, I actually didn't hear what you were saying.
He actually just started singing. you know?
Avil turns to you and she's like, maybe if it comes up, I'll transfer into you. It'll work out great. It's a bit of
Usually, yeah. I mean, kind of mind meld a little bit, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah. ADD is a hell of a drug.
So, Roy, was there something you wanted to do? But while you waited, you got a few minutes.
Yeah, I guess while they're over there finishing up and I'm not paying attention to them, I will go and I'm gonna go and walk over and sit at a table, and I'm going to call Kendra over. Hey, Kendra, you got a minute?
Yeah, Roy. I've got nothing but time. She's really anxious. Like she ever since you took her out of the tinderbox, she looks like a fish out of water. She's been trying to find something to do. So she's been like, the nuns have everything on lock, so she just sort of walks up, tries to help, doesn't find her rhythm, and when you catch her, she looks relieved to be distracted. So she's like, "Yeah, Roy, what do you need?"
Fantastic! I can't wait to make this so much worse.
That's the dream.
Yeah, Roy. Lately, you've been a help to me. Please don't break that habit.
I don't know if you've noticed. As you look around the room, somebody is clearly missing. I'm going to stand up on the chair, and then I'm going to look around and notice that we are still that at this point we are now eye to eye.
Okay.
So I'm going to get higher and stand up on the table. I'm going to get as close as possible, and I'm going to give her a hug. And I'm going to say, "This is from Bruce." And he says that he's sorry he could not give this to you himself.
Oh. Yeah, in the scramble, I didn't really think about it. But I saw you guys talking to Granlund.
Yeah, he decided it was time, and he went off to the mountain, and so he asked me to let you know, and to give you this hug, and that everything's gonna be okay.
So she stands in silence, like you can tell that she's been aware, obviously, that this has happened, but she hasn't had the time to compute, and now you're forcing her to sort of come to terms with this. And she takes your hug, but she's like kind of dazed and so you hand her the note.
Yeah.
God, I don't want to read it. If I read it, it's
Yeah,
real, right?
I didn't want to read mine either. So I feel it. In fact, the only reason why I remembered to tell you at all is because I recently read mine again.
Did it help?
No, but it's better to know.
Roy, I know you can lie.
If you recall from our first meeting, I'm bad at it. So, or at least to you anyway. I don't know why, but
Yeah, but you.
I couldn't even continue giving you a fake name within 20 minutes of meeting you. So,
You know what, Roy? I'm not ready to make it that real. So, and she just sort of folds the letter up and puts it in her purse. I'll read it later when this is over and I have time to actually grieve. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do it in the tinderbox in my room.
I'll try to make sure you can.
Yeah, I don't think I can lose both of them today. Not the same day.
Also, I've got this fish. I haven't seen Laic around, but if you could give it to him, I think he'd like it.
Oh my God, Laic.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I'm sure he's fine.
I've been taking good care of your cat, Roy. I promise. And
I
she
believe
backs
you.
up out the door to the alleyway to the tinderbox.
I don't think anything of it, and I just walk away.
That cat has a higher kill count than anyone on this fucking party.
Seriously,
Killed
you wonder
Roy.
why we keep telling you Franklin isn't around anymore.
Oh, no, Franklin!
Cat versus crab fight. I'd watch that. Anyway,
I'd watch shit out of that.
so
Dylan's gonna walk over to Sandra. Hey, and he's gonna pull her aside. I got a bad idea. Which is
Just-
like all of them.
you see she's like re-kidding herself. She's getting like cleaned up a little bit and re-putting on her armor because you guys are getting ready to head back out. You find her in her normal quarters that you used to meet up with her in.
That I used to sleep in.
Yeah, your house essentially.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So she's there. So she's there in your bedroom and getting redressed, re-kitted out. She's putting on her gear, attuning to her items, and you see her just like finishing up putting on her cloak when you come in.
Let me correct how Dylan enters in. He walks in, he looks at Sandra, slaps himself, and so I have a terrible idea.
I don't think we have time, Dylan.
Okay, that wasn't my idea, but now I'm sad. Okay, I didn't know my day could get worse. Anyways,
What's up? What's the problem?
so there's a place I remembered that might have some equipment for all of us, including the priests and the wizards and everyone that could help us. And at this point, the city's gonna go. I'd rather just pay them back later, if need be, because it's gonna get fucked up anyways. So there's this place called Bloodbath and Beyond, and it happens to have certain items which are quite powerful
Yeah.
and could possibly.
This is in the city?
Yeah. Okay. Let me be more direct. It has a shitload of magic items that could probably punch a hole through a fucking fist of Newman.
Roy pops his head around the corner. Did someone say Bloodbath and Beyond?
God damn it! How are you so perceptive and I am so not stealthy?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Is it in somewhere that's hard to get to?
It's. Oh fuck it! Roy, get in here.
I know the knock. I don't remember the knock, but I know the knock.
Do you think it's still being guarded?
Well.
Is it? Wait, sorry. Is it guarded? She doesn't know any of this shit.
It should have a decent guard on it due to what's inside, and most people don't know it exists. So
Hold
it
on.
should.
Who owns it? Who guards it?
It's basically a black market.
Thieves Guild.
Didn't we just talk about the Thieves Guild not having manpower? Who's guarding it?
I mean, it's typically run by one guy. I don't know. I imagine he is
Lenny.
not a total piece of shit, although he does tend to act like one.
Listen, Lenny the Narc is a trustworthy man.
Halfling.
He's still a man. What I was thinking about is, I mean, it's probably not smart for the two paladin-looking motherfuckers to roll up there. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I went with Sabobos last time.
I know, but the Thieves Guild don't have updated information about who I am. So the last they heard about me...
Well, Roy's with you. They know Roy.
Yeah, but the thing is, with us going out and everything, it might be best for you guys to hit it on your way back, because you'll have Darius, you'll have Mullion, you'll have Roy, and you guys can pick up things and whatever is needed. And I've survived on less, so I don't really need too much.
Do you have a list?
Avil does
I don't
pipe
have a
up,
list.
and she's like, I've been with Roy when he goes to the bloodbath and beyond, and I low-key size up Lenny the Narc all the time. You could basically kick his ass. If he even tried to stop you.
Why would you want to hurt Lenny the Narc? Lenny's a good guy.
I'm just saying, if it came to it, you could kick his ass. I'm not saying you have to.
Avil,
I
I
mean-
appreciate the compliment. I really do.
He's all right. He's not like the best guy. I mean, he did tell me he's had, my little bubbles, and then lies to me and says he doesn't. But I know he has them.
He's a thief, Roy.
It's not your
It's
job
literally
to lie?
cast the Thieves Guild. I don't know what you want.
Last
Okay,
time you
okay.
spoke to him, you didn't run the thing.
Okay. We're getting off track. Avil, I appreciate the compliment. I totally could kick his ass.
I mean, if anything
Really-
happens to Mullion and we don't get Darius out, technically I do run it. So
Right? So it's your stuff.
Yeah.
That's ours.
Yeah, listen, Roy, I'll scribble down a list of a few things I could use. We'll go from there.
the money he takes is more of a donation, really.
So Sandra's like, I'm only hearing 2/3 of this conversation. Could somebody please catch me up?
Yeah. I forget not everyone. Man, it is weird having a voice in my head again.
Welcome to my world.
Yep. All right. Put it simply, I was just offering the idea that one of our groups should probably raid that place. And I know Mr. Grimm is somewhere soiling himself in excitement with the idea of being able to take a bunch of magic items and use them for himself.
So speaking of that, just real quick, as the Dungeon Master, we're going to throw up the map so that you understand what you're talking about. You guys are at the Tinderbox, and for the listener, the Tinderbox is sort of in the southern west quadrant of the city.
Yeah, it's not
Bloodbath and
exactly on
Beyond
the way.
is east and south back toward the main gate that you guys came in. It's been at least an hour. It's been a couple hours since you guys showed back up in the town, and things are flooding. Your guess is heading back that way, unless Mullion comes back and says that the floodwaters are specifically in a certain area. Moving south is going to be difficult. And
Grey
once
Water.
again, moving through the city, you always incur the chance of running into guards. So yeah, so at this point, seeing as everyone's in her bedchambers, Sandra shuffles people out of the fucking room.
Wait, can I stay? No, fuck.
If you need to get redressed, but get ready. We need to go.
Yeah, I know.
You missed a button, but red's a good color, Sandra.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
she
I
fucking
mean,
kills it. Right?
I left that button undone. It's a choice.
Never mind.
I fucking love Vespera. Wait, if it's flooding, I do have boats.
All right.
Hey,
Who has a passive perception of any renown? It's
21.
Dillon. Yeah. Dillon, through the door frame of the Temple of Vespera, out in the rain, you notice that the manhole cover pops up for a moment and then rotates, rotating back and forth. It just gets thrown to the side, and you see Mullion pops up out of the water. As he shoots out of the water, you notice that he is soaked. He is wearing what looks to be what's left of some bedraggled, he looks different than when he left. He has a new costume on. His makeup is half washed off. And as he pops up out of the manhole cover, you see a geyser of water is flooding out of it as well.
Hey, Pennywise, what's up?
Hey, Mullion, you've got gray on you.
Yeah. I don't think it's gray water anymore, Roy. It's pretty fucking flushed out right now. He comes shuffling over and yelling to you guys and comes into the Church of Vespera. He's soaked head to toe. I got bad news. The sewers are a no-go.
It looks like it.
Yeah. I barely made it out of there before it flooded completely. And the whole everything 3 miles south of us is underwater. And I imagine that the temple will be underwater in another 2 hours.
Got it.
It'll probably be flooded here, too.
So, we don't need my wagon that I have in the bag of holding, but the boat might be useful.
I mean, it's still relatively dry here, but soon the wagon will be... You'd be better off with a boat. Do you have a boat?
I have a boat.
You have a canoe.
I have a boat.
Why do you have a boat? Where's
Do you
like in your room?
Okay, who do you think we hung out with for like so long?
Mullion has never seen your boat.
I've had 2 boats. I gave one away to Bruce.
And Mullion has never seen either one of your fold-out boats.
Dillon
I'm almost certain
cracks
of this.
open. Dillon cracks open the bag of holding and pulls out a slight canoe. See, I got this boat. Pushes it in, then pulls out like the arm of like the front of a wagon, and I got a wagon, and he pushes it back in. I also got this battering ram. I got a tent. I never used this tent. I probably should have used this tent. Why
Right.
do I have this? Why do I have a scroll? I don't use
Okay, I
scrolls.
don't think we're setting up a camp, and I don't think you want to open that in the rain. We do need to go. Are we ready to head out? He goes over. He looks to Granlin. Granlin, I don't think you're gonna walk out the front gate anymore. Is what I'm saying. And I don't know if you're gonna ferry everybody on one boat.
I have a question. Before we get into the planning season, think of all these great ideas. Where's the Skeleton Man?
Grimm's not here.
Ah, fuck.
Grimm, we pick back up with you making your realizations from last episode and putting away the heart and the mantle as you're turning and getting ready to leave with your thoughts kind of racing about what the strange tidbits of information you're putting together. You turn, and in the dark, you are confronted with a wall of beady little eyes. And you realize that while you've been meditating, you've been surrounded by what you're guessing is rodents. Some of them are small, a lot of them are big, but basically, you're not alone.
Can I make a roll to either intimidate them, as now I'm no longer focusing on spring, now we're back to my old predator self, or just make them fall in line?
Roll me and intimidate, and tell me what you do.
Okay, I rolled a 16.
Okay?
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these beady little eyes that are kind of like glowing in the darkness. And then I'm going to look around, and then my eyes are going to flash up real bright. My sockets are going to flash up real bright, and the markings around me. And I'm going to, kind of puff myself up a little and go and say to them, because fuck it, I'll just say some shit to them. I am the one who leads hunts, here and anywhere else. Follow or run.
You see a bunch of rats skittering backwards for a moment. A lot of the big ones kind of rear up and look like they're very confused to what's going on. They probably don't understand common, but your intent is very obvious. And as you see them sort of back away, though, on the wind, you hear a short melody, as though played by a flute. And from behind you, you hear a voice. You may run the hunt, but I will always be in charge of these.
I turn to face what I now know as Pan, and I go, not a boy anymore.
As you turn and you see him, he's standing sort of silhouetted in the front door, half in the rain. And you can't quite see his face yet, but he's like, Grimm, I've been looking for you.
I'm glad you found me.
You're out of time, Grimm. I need you to put on that mantle.
Now is not the time. We have one more day. Come tomorrow, it will be going through.
Grimm.
And I think you should put it on.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Is that what you think? And he steps forward, and once he gets into the dark, you can see his face. He looks disheveled and rabid. And he's like, that's good, Grimm. Because if you don't put it on, I'm gonna. And I don't have a choice. And neither will you. Put it on, or die.
Right now?
Yes.
You wish me to doom us all now?
Roll insight.
We're so fucked. We're so fucked.
17.
So you're realizing that as threatening as he's being, he seems to be out of control. The pull of the mantle is getting to your old acquaintance. He is legitimately giving you the last choice he is going to be capable of. You've been warned multiple times that the mantle will pull Fae to it, and because he is a spring Fae, the pull is very strong.
Yeah. Don't force this.
You can't stop nature, Grimm.
And he starts to play his pipes. And I need you to roll initiative.
We're so fucked. It took us a Bobos to take this guy down last time.
How loud is that?
16.
The pipes?
Yes.
It's gonna be a high DC, but I will let you roll a perception check. But he's a little ways away from you at this stage.
I probably wouldn't be able to make that check since I'm not Fae, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him the chance because of his link with the veil.
That hour, I imagine that was a short rest.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, you got it. Short rest has happened.
15 plus 2?
No,
All right.
you don't hear anything. Grimm, what'd you roll for
Would you like
initiative?
to borrow my perception score?
Yes.
Yes.
He rolled a 26.
For my initiative, I rolled a 16.
All right, Grimm, what's your armor class? You were immediately attacked by 5 rats.
15.
He plays some notes on his pipes, and just several of the larger rats immediately pounce toward you, Grimm. That's going to be 1 hit, 2 hit. Fuck, they're rolling great. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a miss. Okay, so only 2 hit. They started out great. All right, Grimm, you're going to take... It's going to be immediately 22 points of damage, as these both grab you by one grabs your leg, one grabs you by the arm, and you sort of get yanked around by these very large rodents. As Pan, the Pied Piper, begins to assault you.
Okay.
You see Pan, he takes 5 steps back out into the rain and prepares to cast a spell.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Absolutely.
Also, those rats attacked on his round, not theirs. And to give you a concrete number of actual combatants, it seems that in this tight little room there are just the 5 rats with you at the moment, but you saw a lot of eyes around.
Yeah, of course.
We're so fucked.
Okay.
You're
I'm gonna
fine.
We're so fucked.
All right. I'm going to take my movement and move. Am I inside a building currently?
Yeah. The last we set up, you were inside a hovel next to a merchant shop.
Absolutely.
So there's a doorway into the merchant, that opens up into the merchant shop that you could exit, or there's going through this back door that Pan has confronted you from.
Yeah, absolutely.
You will take attacks of
gonna-
opportunity from the rats if you move, unless you disengage or do something else. But otherwise, you have 2 means of egress unless you make a third.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Stone Skin on myself. Get that out of the way.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move all the way outside of the building, or till I can just see outside. And then once I can see a decent distance, then I'm going to use Quicken Spell, which we agreed I can use as long as the
It's
2 spells
half
don't
the level.
exceed the max level of what I can cast.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to cast... wait, hold on. I have to make sure that this can work.
As you step out into the rain, it beats down on you. You notice that you are in an area of town where the floodwaters south of you can see there are hovels at this point that are half submerged in water. So you move away from the rats too, as well.
Yeah,
You
I'm just
stepped
trying
out.
to move
Okay.
outside.
Is your armor class higher with Stone Skin?
No, but it means I take resistance to damage.
Okay, so you do get to attack 2 more times as you're stepping out into the rain. It's going to be with resistance. That one's only going to be 20 points of damage halved, so you take 10. And as you step out into the rain with your quicken spell on your lips, whatever you're going to do, I'm not sure yet, he says, "You shouldn't have attuned to the mantle. If you needed time, you spoiled it. You have 2 choices. You're going to become something you ain't right now. You're either going to become spring, or you're going to become prey."
Shit.
So, with my Quicken Spell, I'm going to cast Hold Person on Pan.
Okay.
Which, my idea here, I realize he's not technically a person, but we are of the same So, I should know whether or not that would or wouldn't work. Just give me the heads up right now.
Okay, so Grimm, knowing his adversary a little bit, it's a charisma
It's my
check.
favorite enemy,
It's a
so I should know
charisma
him
check,
pretty
right?
good. It's a con.
Oh, you think that it
person's
might...
a con?
Oh, sorry,
Old
it's
per-
a wisdom.
Oh.
Her old person has a wisdom.
You know he's not a slouch when it comes to wisdom, but you feel that it's doable knowing him. So
Okay.
it's not a foolish choice, but it could be a risky one. He's not unwise, but he's not invulnerable to such a thing.
Right, and he seems to be shaken right now. Shaken.
He's manic. I don't know if he's shaken. That being said, here's something that I haven't talked about. You're a full Fae now. He's a full Fae now. And while we made a joke a long time ago about what that fucking means, you're both gonna roll checks right now. Because, Grimm, I'm adding in some Fae shit to your character.
Okay.
You have Frightening Presence should you wish to activate it. He has Charm Person. So, I know it was a joke, but I actually do love the concept of Fae charming and frightening each other constantly while battling.
Sure, yeah. I mean, do I get to free action Frightening Presence?
You're both gonna roll against each other's shit right now.
Okay, fantastic. It's a save, right?
It's a save. It is a wisdom...
Is it a wisdom charm? Charm I thought was a charisma.
Well, for his charm, it's actually his entrancing pipes, which I've made a DC wisdom check to resist the effects of suggestion.
Okay.
And that's going to be his suggestion that you must become prey or spring. So if you have to beat a DC 18.
Fuck, that's a high DC.
It
okay,
is.
Okay,
He's tough.
Okay.
Like, he was built to take on a party.
Okay. Well, that's not gonna do it. But he has to beat my Frightening Presence, which is also an 18.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
My current DC for anything is 18.
Okay. Wow. This is fun. So what do you do
So
with your
if he
quicken spell?
loses, do we nullify?
No, man. I think it's way more fun because neither one of you are immune to the shit for it to just happen.
Okay. Well, I lost. I'm going to sort of follow his suggestion, I guess.
So are you gonna put on the mantle or run?
Well, I plan on running, but
Okay.
I'm gonna run the way
You've got
that
your
I
quicken
run.
spell still, so it's still your turn, even though we just did a lot of weird shit.
Okay.
You still have your
my turn.
bonus action here. Technically, you don't have the quicken
Yeah.
spell, but you have your bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my quicken spell here for sure. Hold on, let me look how many points it's gonna cost me. 2. I'm going to use my quicken spell to cast Hold Person on him, which will be a DC 18 Wisdom save.
Okay. That's the end of your round?
That's the end of my round.
Alright, so on your next round, you must follow the suggestion he gave you, which was, ironically, a choice. He gave you one. You see, as you cast that spell, you get a brief glimpse before you are immediately tackled by more rodents, that he gets this alarmed look on his face, tries to take a step back, and freezes in place. The notes to the spell wear off, but the rats are on their own for this round, so... 2 of the rats, no longer under control, do not get involved, but 3 who have already attacked you and have bloodlust in their eyes are going for it.
They didn't have to make their fear roll too?
Oh, well, shit, you're right. Alright, so... Alright, they actually, because they're not under his spell, can't attack you. They all... Wait, let me get the other 2, because I only rolled for 3 of them. Alright, yeah, no, I don't think they can roll high enough. One of them rolled a nat 20, but they have like a -3.
Fantastic.
So yeah, so they you see like all of the rodents around you scatter, and he freezes. You are still compelled, however. But
I have to be prey, even though I'm totally the predator now.
All right, so at the end of his round, he gets to roll against Hold Person, correct?
Yeah, I believe it's at the end of his round.
Okay, so he's done. He has,
Yes, it's at the end.
he does have a legendary action. Before one of the rats runs, he's going to mentally compel them to attack, because he does have rats under his thing, but it's only the one for the legendary action. It's gonna miss, as one of the rats does get tries to run, gets freaked out, comes back, sniffs at you like half-heartedly, and then runs away again. It's your turn. He's gonna roll his save. He does finish taking his step back at the end of that round. It's your turn.
I run towards him,
Okay.
and upon becoming
Your prey.
close, I'm aware.
Okay, you can't violate
Upon
the
becoming-
suggestion, so careful.
This is part of running.
Okay.
So I'm running towards him, which would be away, because towards him is towards the place I have to go anyway, right?
He's... Sure, why not?
I don't know how much... I can't be that far away from him, so it's probably
No,
like
you guys were
10
more
feet away.
only like 10 feet apart because he stepped back into the rain to like put distance between you two, and then you stepped out just in front of the doorway. So
Yeah, so I run the 10 feet of my 30, then I just thunderstep,
okay,
which will hit him for 3d10.
he does get a save for half, right?
Yes, it's a con 18.
Nope. All right.
So that's 2, 7, and 9, which is a total of 18.
Okay, so he takes 18 damage. You see him get rocked, and you. Boop, where you go?
I'm 90 feet away,
Okay, where?
and
You want to be on a roof? You want to be on the street? Where are you going?
definitely on a roof.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move the other 20 of my movement. So yeah, I hit a roof 90 feet away, and then I move 20 more feet. I'm now 100 feet away from him.
All right, we're gonna put you on the main thoroughfare that kind of puts
Or
these two
110.
places that connects the poor district from like the merchant quarter. Like you make it to this street. You were somewhere in here.
Yeah.
You so there's like this startling line where there's this very wide street that cuts between the two. Grimm wouldn't know this history, but at one point the wall actually snaked around here. But at one point the wall was torn down by the poor to build other houses. So where this used to have a big gated wall is now an empty road, and that's where you are right now. It is surprisingly clean, like because it's like a 50-foot gap that the merchants' quarter and like the city watch keep maintained between like the living spaces and the town itself.
Do I get to make another roll at the end of my turn for his suggestion?
You suggest a course of activity and magically influence up to 12 creatures of your choice, or do some other obviously harmful act automatically negates the effect of the spell. Each target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration. If the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finishes what it has been asked to do. You can also specify conditions that will trigger a special activity during the duration. So you have to play prey to Pan in particular for 24 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Suggestions amazing. It's
Yeah.
why you should be a bard at all times.
Yeah, it's a rough one. So there's no changing your mind from doing this for at least a day. At least when it comes to Pan.
That's not entirely true, because he gave me options, so at any point I could change my mind and take the other option.
You could, yes.
Jeff's gonna lawyer the fuck out of this.
That being said, what do you do next? Because 90 feet of distance is enough for me to say that combat is over, and it would be more of a skill challenge to just run.
So I'm way more than 90 feet. Not way, I'm 20 more feet than that, so I'm actually 110 feet away.
Yeah, like I said, that is plenty of distance to sort of end that combat. If that's the end of, like, if you're just gonna run, we're gonna handle it a different way now.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm not gonna... I may be suggested, but I'm not out of my fucking mind. I'm not gonna put on that mantle right now. That throws so much shit into disarray.
Yep.
Quite instantaneously.
Yes.
I'm aware.
Yeah, so as you go 120 feet away, his pipes have a 100-foot range. You see rats start coming out of doors as if they're fleeing the flood, but they're not just fleeing the flood, they're fucking chasing you. So every rat that was within that radius turns to look at you, and you just watch them sort of start to move, and further down the street, you can watch him playing the pipes and steadily marching your way.
And anyone that gets within the frightening presence range has to make a save.
Yeah, it's literally them saving against him and then having to save against you, and then it just it's a weird battle of wills. So you watch rats break off and flee. You watch rats that surge forward anyway. You like it's total like this teeming ball of hair, and all the while the pipes keep playing.
I move.
So 10 minutes later of you moving through the city, you guys are getting ready to leave. At this point, Moyne's like, "Hey, I don't know if we can wait for him. All right, we don't know what happened."
Yeah, you're just mad you lost a Go Fish, but it's okay.
How far away is he? Am I able to just like, hey, we're leaving?
To put a number on it, you guys are, if I say that in the last few minutes he moved through this part of the city, he's 3 blocks away.
Well, I'll check. You know what? I'll do it. Calling all cars, and I'll use our message spell that we always forget about.
Yeah. Message is range.
I'm actually looking it up as well because he might not be in range.
It is also blocked by 3 feet of wood, and I would argue probably that the city at any point is going to give you 3 feet of wood. It's gonna be like a bad radio signal, even if he gets within range, just because of the shit in your way.
If we're outside and he's outside, it should fucking work.
And it can snake, but if it snakes, it has to move further. So it's literally like bad radio waves. It's 120 feet.
It either has to go around or through.
Less than he's at least 3 blocks away, so he's not within range yet.
Yeah, but I'm doing it anyways.
If only Bruce was here to enlarge himself.
I don't want to hear that after we talk about 3 feet of wood.
Damn.
So I hop on the radio. Hey, Lord Grimm, we gotta go soon. I understand you have been running your own errands and stuff, but we really gotta get this plan rolling because we don't have a lot of time, in your own words. So if you could get back to us within next few minutes, I'd really appreciate it. Copy, over, out. How do you use?
You get nothing back. You get the magical equivalent of static.
Are we waiting for him then for a few minutes?
I give him 3 more, I guess.
All right, I'm going to shuffle off into a corner, and I'd like to do something.
Oh no.
What is that?
Oh no.
I would like to take Bruce's boots out of my bag.
Oh no. He's gonna make me cry.
I would like to put them on, even though they are comically large. I would like to put them on and practice tying my shoes.
I knew it. He was gonna make me cry.
Roll a intelligence check to tie shoes.
I have no idea what my intelligence status will.
He's never had to use it.
It's probably a flat 20 for you.
Oh wow.
The DC is so low to tie shoes.
It's not a negative. Holy shit.
It's not negative. You didn't know how to read.
Someone has to teach you to read. Eventually, you probably learn how to. Well, maybe not.
3 plus 1. Clearly, I haven't practiced in some time.
Oh my god.
They're also big shoes.
So
very
you
true.
end up just taking the shoelaces and wrapping them like around your leg up to your knee. Sorry. You go up in the shoes and you literally can't touch the bottom of the boot because your crotch just rides them, and you try to tie them on.
I expected this. I told him this.
Big brother Dillon's gonna walk over, take a knee, and undo him and try and show him how to do it properly.
Mainly, I was just going to put them on because he told me something would happen. He swore up and down something would happen. Clearly, nothing has happened.
Here, let's try and do this way. Here, first you grab the 2 rabbit ears. All right.
I mean, I'm more familiar with loop, swoop, and pull, but they're just really big on this one, and I can't do it.
I know. With these ones, you might want to have to do just straight rabbit ears.
Are there other ways? I only know the one way.
There's actually, like, I can't remember the amount, but I know it's like 5 or something different ways to tie shoes. It's really weird.
There's different rhymes, too. My favorite is over, under, around, and through. That's how Batu ties a shoe, because I'm a big fan of Rockadoodle. But...
I mean, I like to use loop, swoop, and pull because I'm a big fan of Big Daddy. But
all right,
there you go.
We'll do loop, swoop, and pull.
Hey, audience, apply your favorite. As Dillon ties the shoes, and as soon as, like, the shoe gets tightened down... You watch the shoe shrink down to perfectly fit Roy's feet.
Well, that's horrifying. Do shoes normally do that?
When you tie them, right? Dayla says.
Don't lie to him.
I guess out of game. Jay, what are these fucking boots?
They legit only have the minor property of fitting the wearer.
Amazing.
Oh.
Amazing. God damn it. Okay, well, you know what?
When you the magic property is they just fit the wearer, but they also, as you click your heel, now that they fit well, you tap down and a boot knife kicks out of the front.
There it is.
And also you realize that there is a knife strapped on the inside seam of the boot.
I take it out.
So here's something that Mitch didn't tell me, and I'm going to ask you guys your opinion. When he pull out, should it be comically large, or should the knife be small?
It should be like a short
that
sword.
Isn't a magic knife.
It fucking no. If it shrinks to fit me, it has to change size with the boot.
If it's not a magic knife, the knife doesn't change.
Yeah.
But if it's a magic boot,
If
and
it's
it
a
changes
plus
the size
one-
of things.
It's a boot of holding.
So you're saying when I take it out, does it go back to normal size?
Yes.
I will not accept anything
It's a short
else.
sword. All right. Canonically, Bruce has stated that his boot knife is short sword size. So
He has said that.
and
Fuck.
you realize that there's a knife in the sheath, and you pull it out, and the moment you pull, like as you pull it out, you feel it grow in your hand, and you realize you're now holding a full-on short sword, which is weird because the handle of it was like shiv size when it was in the boot.
Dillon, for the love of God, step back. Now, how? If I put it back in, it's not gonna just cut my fucking foot off, right?
No.
Is it gonna shrink like gradually? Does it need to be all the way in the foot? How does this work? You didn't tell me.
Roy, I think you'll figure out how to walk in his shoes pretty well. I don't think you need my help.
It's just a short sword.
It's Bruce's boot knife.
Dillon walks away.
Does Bruce's boot knife have specific stats, or should I just use a short sword stat?
No, he's had it since level 1, so they're not magic at all. The weapons are just there.
All right, cool. I will add it to my inventory, I guess.
Add a short sword. Add a short sword and a dagger, because the dagger is in your toe.
Yeah.
Grimm, are you retreating slowly or quickly from the situation?
Get the fuck out of here slowly. I was already on my way out.
All right. So it doesn't
I don't have time
take
for all this
more than
bullshit.
a couple minutes of full out sprinting. Randall, are you sending messages or are you just waiting?
No, I sent the one.
And then
I
you're
got
good.
static back, so it's the assumption that he's too far away from me. I don't know what he's doing.
All right.
So,
Grimm, do you have the phone?
the Yun phone.
Of course I have
The Yun phone?
Yeah.
You have the Yun phone? You come within 120 feet of the tinder box, and the phone goes, did it?
It
I
it
wasn't
flies out of
using
my
the
pocket
phone.
whenever it's got a message. So it flies out of my pocket. I tap it as it floats in the air.
Yep. And you hear Dillon's message to you that he said earlier.
It does that?
Yeah.
This is news to me.
I've made it.
Wait,
I've made it save sendings and messages for when you can receive them.
Oh, I forgot about that. Fun.
You've never seen it work for messages.
All right. Let's
It's
just
under.
get to it.
Yeah.
You click it, and a different app opens that you've never seen, that you've never noticed before, and it pops up with a blue text instead of a
Messenger.
red one.
It's Messenger.
Yeah.
So I received the message, and then I immediately just like, in my head, I'm like, be ready to move as soon as I get there, because unfortunately I may be dragging something bigger into this, and I cannot explain any further because I am very busy running.
And then he runs out of his word count.
Actually, message is a cantrip, so it's not really as restricted, I think.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
have no idea.
You can do 120 feet. The spell doesn't have to allow line of sight and can travel freely around corners. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. The range and amount is technically not spelled out. It basically, as a DM, I can be like, okay, it's a new round if you want to continue that. Like, I'd have to, like,
Okay.
I could make an argument that if it took you more than 6 seconds to say, you're done. But message is a
So-
little more free flowing just because it's a cantrip.
So Dylan's sitting there, and he's reading these papers. He's like, oh, almost time. And then all of a sudden he gets a really fast-paced message from Uncle Grimm. Ha! Fuck! Yeah. Everybody up. Grimm did something. Everybody up. Grab your shit.
Meet me on the rooftop.
So Granlund has already gotten people, like, up and about. They're already ready to go, because the moment Molian showed up and told them this situation, they're like, okay, we need to go somewhere now. We need to move to wherever we're going to going. So Granlund is going, all right, everyone, you heard him. We were already in a rush. Now we're in more of one. Let's go. We're heading north. We're going to see if we can maybe get on a boat to the dock so we can sail south.
Right? Put your boot knife away. Stop playing with it. You're go blind. Get the fuck. We're going.
I'm going to need every priestess to prepare magic to control water. We're going to have a rough drive on this ship if we get one.
Fuck.
Eventually, up on the rooftop, tick, tick, tick.
So as you guys are all filing single file out of the tinderbox and kind of piling into the city street along the rooftop, Dillon, passive perception, you see the shadowed form of Grimm moving quietly but swiftly, like hopping and teleporting just along the roofs.
Oh
And
shit! It's a fiddler.
Yeah, and he runs out of rooftop and he lands in the city square that you guys have, and you guys have come. But as he does that, flooding out of some of the alleyways and shit, you see rats. Lots and lots of rats.
Grimm, I say this with absolute respect to you, your position, and everything you've done for us. What the fuck did you do?
Listen, all right, I made a connection between the people and the heart, and I really do not have much time to talk about it. I would love to really dive into this.
You made a really cool connection, and now we're being chased by rats.
Yep.
I'm more worried about the
that
rats.
Sounds like it. Moving on. Let's go. That's enough for me, Grimm.
Pan is on my heels, and he's really making me do something I don't want to
Pan?
do. That is all I can tell you.
Grimm, I trust you. I understand. Let's go.
So Granlin, who's standing with you guys, she quickly barks, "Ladies, buy us time." And 3 of the priestesses just step up. They all cast a spell magic in a wave in front of the alleyways. You watch as big hordes of rats disperse, and Granlin goes, "That bought us minutes at the most. Let's go."
I walk up to I run up to Granlin, and I've never gotten so in Granlin's face before. I crook my cane and I go, "Get rid of this suggestion. Is that at all possible? You're the most powerful person that I could think of to be able to do this, and I need it gone."
Yeah, could you do that?
Of course, dear. May the wisdom of Vespera fill your wisdom and keep you strong forever. She touches you on the shoulder and she casts a spell magic.
All right, sick. Mullion, Dalus, Santorin, we're moving.
Yes.
We're going. We're going.
It's good to be me again.
So the people are already moving. Mullion is shuffling people. You and Mullion are just like doing fingers, like slapping people on the ass, like they're going out to the big game. Like go, go, go!
Mullion, grab Daedalus. And now I just imagine Mullion reaches over, puts him under his arm, and just keeps doing what he is doing.
Essentially, Pan isn't running either. He's walking down the street playing the pipes the whole time you were fleeing from him, Grimm. So he's not in like a full chase mode. Like I said, your insight earlier leads you to believe that Pan, if he has any control over what he's doing, he's not going all out yet. But he is compelled to do so. Much like the suggestion spell he put on you, he is compelled to do this more than he wishes to, from what you know. You're not certain if maybe he does in the long term, but you did get the feeling that he could be chasing you flat out. You know he can fly.
All right, let's go.
I take one last moment and I look over. I go to Granlin and I go, "I know you're going to be very busy, and I don't wish to distract you from that. Do you and your followers know this banishment spell? I'm aware you do. I know you do. But you may be too busy. Does Sandra know it?"
Yes, most of us know it. We'd probably, if most of us would have had it prepared. What I will say is, if he's Fae, we could send him away. But the fact that you fairies have been coming back and forth through the world, how much time would it buy you?
Enough.
Okay.
If you see him, or if any of your following, or your flock, see him, banish him right away. Every time you see him, every bit behind he could be is better for us.
Granlin, who has had her hand on you since she cast a spell magic, just nods her head. All right, take my place here and make sure they get toward the docks. Give me a moment. And she steps forward into this sea of rats, sweeping her halberd like it's a fucking broom, just scattering the ones that are there. And you watch her start to pray.
I take what she did and what she said very seriously, so I am immediately, without question, stepping right into the role that she was doing. Like, everything that she was saying before, if I heard it, I just repeat it, and I'm more forceful than she is, because she's always got, most of the time has, a little nicety to her, and there's just 0. It's like, listen, everyone, we have to do this. It was an order I was given. We're going. Go, go, go!
A bright salmon light shines out from her, and you watch Pan, who seems to be in a bit of a daze, walking straight at her. He's trying to call rats. They're practically piling up over, but they can't seem to get past this field of light that she starts emitting, this salmon-colored light. And she's just like, "Listen here, you child-stealing little shit. Be gone." And she just fucking butt strikes him with the haft of her halberd, and he fucking, with a clap of thunder and the ending of the sound of pipes, he disappears from the world. And that's the last thing you guys see, as rats block off your vision of Granlin.
Fuck that, I run forward and I cast Synaptic Static.
Yep.
You cast forward Synaptic Static, and you immediately see just a wave of these rats just sort of die in front of you, and she's just walking forward, picking rats and throwing them off. They're just rats, dear. But thank you, Roy. And she puts her hand on you, and she casts Bless.
Rad.
Yeah, Grimm for no second is one, worried about her, or two, going to stop doing the one thing she asked him to do, which is a fair payment for what he asked.
That's fine. You guys do that. She puts her hand on Roy's shoulder, casts Bless, then grabs Roy's shoulder, puts Roy on her shoulder, and follows everybody else.
Awesome.
Yo, let in your boots. Let's fucking go.
She, as you guys move through the city, she does say, if he keeps coming back, it'll buy us maybe a minute. He'll show back up. Should it come to it, should I kill him?
Fuck.
We can hold it off for a little while, but should it come to it, we will kill him. You and I.
That's good.
And
It's
Roy will
my
get
fight.
popcorn.
That's good, because that's barely worked. I felt it. He's strong, Grimm.
I'm aware.
What did you do? I thought we were tight.
Yeah, I thought we were cool.
I'm still like moving people and doing the thing, but I'm gonna try to while doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna try to explain. So I'm gonna try to express how scattered that is as I do it. All right, yeah, let's keep moving. Okay, so this move.
Granlund takes
This
back
is-
control of leading the group.
Perfect. Okay, so I used the mantle as a focus to tap
What?
into Fey energies, hoping to maybe drive people in a direction or learn more about how I could use the things at my disposal to achieve your goals. Now, here's the only downside. It did drive Pan slightly mad. He really wants this mantle, and I wasn't aware he was close enough to have been affected. To be entirely honest, I have made a bit of a misstep and an error, but this is on me, and you need not worry about it. Keep doing what you do, and if I have to run all the way until tomorrow, I will make sure that he does not interrupt whatever's going on.
Grimm, first, I don't want to hear a complaint about us not following the plan next time. Two, of course it concerns us. You're one of us. So, no, you're not going to fucking go off on your own running away. That's not how any of this works. And three, fuck!
I've got a question.
Oh, also, I did talk to Hornig, and Hornig is holding out, and he's getting the message across best he can. Yes, this is where we're at. I think I've covered everything. Also, beautiful connection between people and city and life force I've learned about. Not something I'm going to talk about much at all, because you know what? It's only slightly matters to any of you.
I have a question. So you attracted Pan with all that. Anybody else?
Oh, no, her? Fuck, Roy's gonna become a dad!
So far, no. And
Oh,
and he smiles.
God!
The distinct smile he does.
From the
God.
distance, you hear the sound of several bestial roars that you know would never live in a city.
Dillon's cold staring Grimm.
Fuck.
And that's the end of the episode.
Grimm, I hate you.
Hey Tavern Goers, thank you again for joining us for another adventure on Torchlit Tavern. Hopefully you've been listening to us up to our finale, but if not, you can find a summary of the story so far after episode 101. If you're looking for other ways to listen to us, you can find us on any podcasting service. Don't forget to rate, like, and review. It helps so much. We have no designs on any vast empire, but the more you help, the more we can share our small, silly story with others. If you wish to reach out to us, you can contact us directly at torchlittavern@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter. Jeff can be found at big_J_TheBadman. Randall can be found at Argo Omega. Mitch can be found at Bane Armory. Ryan can be found at Ryan SCB Santos. And I am at Agent Beige. Our theme song was written and originally performed by Mason Santos.
All music and sound effects for this episode were brought to you by Epidemic Sound. Check out our referral link to their website in the episode description.
This episode was edited by Ryan Santos and Jameson Oxford. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget,
Heroes is boring.